Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Cowboys division rival on radar as Dak Prescott suitor. If Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott hits free agency next offseason, he'll have suitors lining up for his services. The New York Giants, the Cowboys' NFC East rival, will likely be among those franchises looking to lure Prescott to their side. Prescott is entering the final year of the four-year, $160 million deal he signed with the Cowboys in 2021. The sides have been negotiating an extension but have yet to agree on something, with Week 1 rapidly approaching. If the Cowboys don't come to an agreement, Prescott should have no problems finding work as a free agent. The Giants would be a suitor on the radar, per Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk. Their feelings about Daniel Jones became obvious during Hard Knocks. And Jones knows it. And it could become a self-fulfilling prophecy. The Jones contract gives the Giants an escape hatch after this season. Wouldn't it be great for the Giants to steal Dak from a division rival? Florio said on Saturday, August 31st. It would be a nice bookend to the Eagles swiping running back Saquon Barkley from the Giants earlier this year. Prescott has had lots of success against the Giants during his career, posting a 12-2 record against New York. He has a trio of 300-yard games and one 400-yard game against the Giants on his resume. Prescott hasn't lost as the starter against their division foe since 2016. Prescott has spent his entire career in Dallas. The team drafted him in the 4th round back in 2016, and he's built up a strong reputation with a star on the side of his helmet. However, he has no qualms about potentially leaving in free agency. Having a kid, your perspective changes a little bit in life, Prescott, who had his first child this year, told Jeff Kolb of Fox 4. A lot of quarterbacks have played for other teams. That's just the business and nature of this game. That's just me not being naive to that. It's not something I look for, or prepare, even plan, for, but if something like that happens, I'll certainly be ready for it. He's also unwilling to take a hometown discount to make things work. I'm a guy that grew up with 2 older brothers, Prescott said on August 2nd. You understand what a brotherhood means, not only for just this team but the fraternity of the NFL and the players. The money is out there and the money can happen. It can be done. There's ways to make everything work for both ways. That's in that sense, it's always about pushing the envelope for the next man. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones recently provided an update on Prescott's contract situation, but his comments offered little clarity. When asked what Prescott has to do to earn an extension, Jones gave an interesting response. You could easily say, if you hadn't seen it by now, you haven't seen it, Jones said on August 28. I'm such a fan of Dak's and appreciate all of the great things that we all know that he's there. I appreciate his work ethic probably more than anything out here. I can't tell you how proud I am that we've got him this year to start this campaign. Cowboys teammate blasts pundit after comment on replacing Dak Prescott. Dallas Cowboys cornerback Jordan Lewis defended Dak Prescott after a former general manager predicted that University of Colorado quarterback Shedeur Sanders could replace him. Prescott is heading into the final year of his contract and the negotiations on an extension have become contentious. It's revved up speculation that Prescott could be playing for another team next season, with a lucrative free agent payday awaiting him. Former NFL general manager Mike Tannenbaum suggested on ESPN's Get Up that it's more likely Sanders will be leading the Cowboys next season instead of Prescott. There's a better chance, in my opinion, that Shedeur Sanders could be the quarterback there next year than Dak Prescott at this point, Tannenbaum said on August 30th. Cowboys cornerback Jordan Lewis took exception to the comment, tweeting, "I can't emphasize enough how much I can't stand you MFS." Jones recently gave an update on Prescott's contract talks. Dallas hopes to have the talks wrapped up by the opening kickoff of the season. The Cowboys owner had an interesting way of explaining his thinking around Prescott's next deal. You could easily say, if you hadn't seen it by now, you haven't seen it, Jones told reporters on August 28. Needing to see, I just gave an explanation where when you look at a situation, you've also got to weigh, okay, what are the consequences of the other side of the coin? Dak's situation right now for me has more to do with our situation than it does with the merits of Dak Prescott being the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. I quit a long time ago getting bent out of shape about having anybody under contract or not, he added. There are all kinds of things other than a contract that could change the outcome of him being under contract, injury, level of play. So you can't just pick that and say that should give you a better feeling about our team or me a better feeling. The whole thing has a lot of moving parts. Prescott is now in his 8th season with the Cowboys, and he hinted that he has grown weary of keeping track of Jones' comments to the media. I stopped, honestly, listening to things Jerry Jones says to the media a long time ago. It doesn't really hold weight with me, Prescott said, seemingly in response to Jones' comments a day earlier. Prescott is in a strong negotiating position and doesn't need to rush into a deal before the season begins. Securing a contract now would protect him against the risk of injury impacting his future value, but if he remains healthy and performs well, Prescott could command a contract that would set a new benchmark for quarterbacks. Make no mistake, he literally has all the leverage, NFL Network's Ian Rappaport said August 6. The Cowboys would clearly like to get a long-term deal done. If it gets done, he is no doubt going to be the new highest-paid quarterback in the NFL. Here are the options. It is either take a deal that resets the quarterback market, something that Dak Prescott is proud of, that his agent is proud of, that the union knows is a great deal. Or just go be the biggest free agent in NFL history. Those are really the options for Dak Prescott. Prescott and the Cowboys open the season against the Cleveland Browns on September 8. Dak Prescott to sign with Cowboys rival to stick it to Jerry Jones? Florio's goofy prediction. There are a lot of reasons to think Dak Prescott might play out the 2024 season without agreeing to a contract extension with the Dallas Cowboys and become a free agent in the spring of 2025. In fact, off the top of our heads, we have think of $60 or $70 million reasons per year why. What we have never considered before now is that the Cowboys quarterback would make a very specific move out of some spiteful hate of team owner Jerry Jones. Would Pittsburgh pay Dak market value? Dak could choose to go to a team and a coach for less than market value, Florio writes. After having Jerry Jones try to persuade him for years to take less than he could get elsewhere, Dak could stick it to the Cowboys by choosing to take less from one of their biggest AFC rivals. There is nothing new about the idea of connecting the Steelers, who have QBs Russell Wilson and Justin Fields both on expiring contracts, to Prescott. What's new here is Florio's out-of-blue invention of Prescott's motivation. But Florio commits two loony goof-ups here. 1. Florio's assertion that Jones has lowballed Dak is factually wrong. His last/present contract, signed in March 2021, gave him $160 million over 4 years. That $40 million APY was second only to Patrick Mahomes, was $5 million more than Russell Wilson and $7 million more than Aaron Rodgers, and included an NFL record $68 million signing bonus. No lowball there. And now? Florio has no idea what Dallas has on the table as an offer to Prescott. Would Dallas like to persuade him, take less than he could get elsewhere? Well, considering that we have a source projecting that Dak might get $70 million APY if he waits until next year? Yes. No kidding, Sherlock. Dallas would like to pay him less than that, while quite possibly paying him $56 million APY, which would make Dak, again, the richest guy in the history of the sport. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Dak Prescott? Leave your opinion in the comments.